This is the plaintiff, Sherry Simpkins. She says she brought her car to the defendant, who's a mechanic, for air conditioning repairs. And when she got the car back, there was a long dent on the passenger side, and the mirror was broken. The defendant said he'd fix it, but hasn't. And she's tired of waiting around for this guy, so she's suing him for the $3,500 she now needs to fix her car. This is the defendant, Wilfred Opoma. He says her car was parked in front of his shop the whole time, and he didn't move it. He thinks someone may have sideswiped her. And since he wasn't sure, he said he would pay to fix it. The plaintiff got upset when he told her he would need the car for 2 days to make the repairs. She abruptly turned around and sued him for the $3,500, which is crazy because the whole car's only worth $2,200. He's accused of letting a lady down.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff took her car to the defendant's shop and he made a big old dent. The defendant says he didn't do it, so back off, lady. It's the case of Little Shop of Horrors.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Simpkins, you brought your car over to the defendant's shop when your AC stopped working, correct?
Yes,
And you had it there how long for them to fix the AC?
one day.
All right, and they fixed it fine,
Yes.
right? But when you went to pick it up, what happened? What did you notice?
So when I went to pick up my car, I first checked the AC, and it was working fine. I exited out the car. I gave Mr. Willie here my card, and I followed him into his shop. The car was parked directly on the sidewalk in front of the shop. So as
Why
I'm going,
is the car parked on the sidewalk in front of it?
Yes,
Why though? Why are you parking on the sidewalk?
because I got a small garage for one car only. When I finish, I put in the sidewall.
How's the city feel about that? Because the sidewalk's for walking.
Well, it's a big sidewalk. I'm working like that for so many
Now, I
years.
know why you want to put it on the sidewalk. I'm just not sure why it is on this. All right, so go on.
so as I'm going in the shop with Mr. Willie, being that the car is parked like that directly in front of his shop, I happened to turn around as he was going to run the card. As I
See
turned
what?
around, as he was going to run the card.
Run the card, okay.
Yes, to pay for the work
I
he
just
did on
went
the
like
AC.
that, like people still do that. They
I'm
don't do that
sorry.
anymore. Go ahead, all right.
So as I just turned a little bit, because I'm in the doorway, I turned a little bit and I looked at my car, and then I moved closer. And I said, wait a minute. I said, Willie, I said, don't you run that card. I said, come here. I said, what happened to my car? So at that time, he came out the shop. And I said, Willie, I said, what happened to my car? And he said, I don't know. And maybe it was the man with the shopping cart.
Oh,
So
this is
I
why
s-
we don't park on sidewalks.
So I said, Willie, I said, there's no way a shopping cart did that type of damage.
So what do you folks resolve on the scene there? He says, I'll get your car fixed.
Right. He told me to come back. He asked me, could I come back on the 29th?
Do you come back on the 29th?
I went back on the 29th. That's when Mr. Willie said to me, oh, I wanted to know if I could your $200 back on your card.
What's the $200?
The
fee for the AC?
$200, right. He wanted to now give me back $200.
Oh, because on that day, had he run your credit card?
Yes, he ran the
Okay.
card.
All right, so he said, would you just take $200 and then call it a day? Is that what he's
Yes.
saying? Oh, he's
He
trying to
said-
settle.
yes.
All right, and you said, no,
I said
that's going to
no.
be more than
I said,
$200.
absolutely not.
Right.
I said, this is more than $200 worth of damage.
Right.
Then he tells me, come back. He said he asked me to come back because he wanted his friend to look at the car. On the 5th, I get there, and he tells me his friend needs the car for 2 days. I said, absolutely not. I said, because I work.
But if the
I
job
need-
takes 2 days, it takes 2 days.
Right. So then I said, I'm going to need a rental car to get back and forth to work. That's when he lost his mind. He was like, oh, no, you can't tell me. You can't get
Okay,
to work.
Mr. Poma, you tell me your side of things.
Okay, whatever happened, I believe it because I parked the cars in the sidewalk after I finished. So it's a guy pushing a shopping cart with a lot of empty cans. I believe it happened in that way because never I
Right,
see
that's
that.
why you
This is
shouldn't
my
park the
only
cars on the
way.
sidewalk.
Yeah, okay.
That would still make it your fault. It's not someone else's fault. It's your fault
Yeah, I know.
because
I
the
understand
car's
that.
under your care.
I-
So she didn't want to be without a car, so she insisted on a rental car. What's so unreasonable about that?
It was accident. I tried correct the problem. I offer that the guy is across the street. I got the estimate from that guy now in here, and he say I needed 2 days for do the car.
All right, can I see the estimate from the guy? Now, you walked, when this blew up, you then went and got an estimate that is $2,528, correct?
Yes.
And you also want another 1,000 because you're aggravated,
Yes.
right?
Could I say
Another 1,000
something?
for aggravation?
So can the car owner choose where she wants to have the car repaired, or does she have to do where the auto repair shop wants to go?
Yes.
No, that was a. You have to choose the lady or the car repair shop.
Oh, the car repair shop.
Are you just saying that because you want me to get away from you?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you say?
I'm saying the lady should choose because the car repair shop already damaged the car, and kind of the car repair shop should not have an option to do that.
Okay, going inside the courtroom.
Okay, there was a mirror that's already been fixed,
Yes,
correct?
he paid
Can I
for the
see, do you
mirror.
have a picture of the damage? Because I
Yes,
looked in the
I
file,
have
I didn't see any
yes.
pictures. Okay. And now his friend, and this is the bargain price, I guess, because it's his friend, gave an estimate for $1,265.34?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I ask something, please?
Yeah.
I would like to know which friend this is because he never even took the car
K&W
to...
Chung Auto Collision Specialist
never
at
took the
30.
call to
You want to hear?
anybody.
You asked a
I'm
question. I'm
sorry.
answering it. You're
I'm sorry.
K&W Chung Auto Collision Specialist. When you were saying he never took the car, did anybody ever see the car in order to give an
Yeah, I
estimate?
take the car because when bring the car to me, I take it to across the street because it's
Okay, and
across
what
the
are you
street
saying?
only.
You never brought the car back?
I bought the car to Mr. Willie.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's saying he took the car across the street. He went around the corner so fast he caught every light because he was back in a minute. He didn't take
Okay, but
it
that's
to anybody.
not okay, ma'am. Listen to my question. Did you bring the car back after you discovered the accident in order for him to take the car and get an estimate? Yes or no?
Yes.
You just don't trust the estimate because you feel it was
no,
too fast.
it's not that I don't trust the estimate. He didn't go anywhere. He didn't go across the street.
How did
he went
get
around the block.
Can you explain how he got this then?
But I'm saying nobody never looked at the car. He
Except
even
for that,
said
I
it
have an
himself.
estimate from this collision people. Why would I have that if nobody looked at the car? You're not
Because that's his friend.
okay. And who now would be bound to fix the car for this, so he'd have no reason to give a low estimate because that's what he's going to. You understand? All right. So you have right side mirror damage. Here we go. Right side rear door. Wow. I wonder what it was that did this damage. It would be hard for a cart to do this damage. She's right. It's a lot of damage. It seems more likely
look
that
like
when
a-
somebody moved her car, they ran into something. That's what seems
No, you
far
know
more
what?
likely.
This
And you
guy.
feel like if you had left, you feel like whoever did this damage knows they did the damage and nobody brought it to your attention.
Exactly.
And if you had left, they would say, oh, you left here. We don't know.
Right. Right.
And over the rental, how much could the rental have been for 2 stinking days?
But she gave me the car for 2 days. That's it. I will pay.
I understand,
everything.
but you seem to think that your wanting to save money is the priority here, and it's not. Because she shouldn't have, it is typical for judges to award the rental car. That is part of her damages. If she has to be without why should she be without a car 2 days and having a bum rides or pay for her own rental car those 2 days? I mean, I hear what you're saying, but you want to fix it on the cheap with your friend who owes you favors and you do each other's work. That's
Yes.
great, but you don't have a right to that.
All right.
I'm looking at this, and this is significant damage. I have 2 estimates in front of me. The one from his friend, which I'm sure is low, and the one that you brought me. And I'm going to pick a figure that's closer to the one you brought me. But I believe that if I order him to pay you $2,000, you should well be able to fix this, okay? I am ordering him to pay you $2,000, nothing for time and aggravation. Otherwise, I'd be a rich woman if I could, if only I could collect time and aggravation. Verdict for the plaintiff, $2,000. Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, the plaintiff prevails. She gets $2,000, not what she was seeking. Mr. Poma, what do you think?
Well, I tried in the beginning to try correct this problem.
Yeah.
You know, but look like I can make it happy, the customer. But I glad it's over, so I can get back to work now.
Well, you're going to have to pay him $2,000 to fix it.
Yes.
Okay. That ever happened to you before?
No.
No, really? Okay.
No.
Well, you're lucky, I guess. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
You must
much.
sign a few documents. Ms. Sipkins, if you'll step out here. You know, you were suing for $3,500. The
Yes.
judge has awarded you $2,000. Can you get the work done for that, do you think?
I'll try.
Your estimate was more.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And you still have to get a rental car.
Yes. So
But you okay?
I'm okay.
All right.
I'm just glad I won because he was wrong and he didn't want to do anything about it.
Yeah.
He thought he was going to get away with it. So I'm happy.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Good for you. All right. She's happy, Harvey. What do you think?
The car owner chooses where she wants to have the car repaired as long as the cost is reasonable.